Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Academy for Women's Empowerment. My name is Ferenike, and I am a coach for women. I help women believe in themselves and achieve anything that they wish for their lives, personally and professionally. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel where I upload new videos every Wednesday and Friday to get notified. The topic for today is something that I like to call an old tree with very deep roots that go beyond what we can see. And that's our self belief. Our self belief is what we believe about ourselves, what we believe we can do, and what we believe we can't do. Our self-belief really influences every area of our lives because what we believe about ourselves we create, whether that is financially, career-wise, personally, in pretty much every area of our lives. So it's quite important to take a moment and really consider what is our self-belief. Do we have high self-belief, or does our self-belief aligns with what we want to create in our lives, and how can we develop our self-belief? So before we go there, I just want to share a very brief story about self-belief from my own life. So I grew up in a very small town in Volos in Greece, and when I was 19 years old, I had the opportunity through a friend to go and study at the Hague University in the Netherlands. So I've heard about that opportunity, and I wanted to explore that opportunity to decide whether I was going to go or not. Thankfully, my parents were very supportive and they were willing to support me financially to do that. But nevertheless, I was really scared because I was 19 years old. I would go there by myself. I didn't know anybody in the Netherlands. I never traveled to the Netherlands before, and my English were not very good as well. So it was very, very big decision. It was a big risk for me at the time. However, I thought, why not? Let's try. So I went there, and the first year was very, very difficult for me because my English was not so good as I said. So it took me like 6 months to really get to a point where I could express myself freely and start making friends. um, the the standard in the classroom was quite high from what I was expecting. We had to do assignments every week and presentations, which was something that I wasn't really familiar from my high school. Um, and it was very challenging for me at the beginning. However, after the end of the year, which I didn't actually gather all the credits that I needed to get to the second year, so I had to make a decision then whether I was going to stay and get the degree or I would quit. I really That took me a minute because I was very um, pessimistic at the time. I had gone through a whole year of very difficult times, trying to get my foot in the classroom really, and it was quite challenging for me. But I thought if I quit now, I would go back home and do what? And then I would have a year that I just wasted a year if I go back now. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to stay until I get the degree and then I'll go back. And when you put those goals, it might seem unrealistic because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can't see how you're going to be able to do it. But I thought, you know what, I can pass this module, and I can pass that module too, and that one too. And then you're already half year through the second year. And then once you're there, my English were better. I started having friends and feel like more social in my life. And I really had what it took to get to the finish line and graduate from the Hague University, which I did in 2012. What I'm trying to say here is that very often we can't see the whole goal. We can't see how we're going to get to the final goal. However, we don't need to do that because we only need to achieve that goal and that goal that is in front of us. And once we get there, we will be able to see further than that and have faith that because I went so far, I can go even further and further. And the more we bet on ourselves, the more we expand our self belief. The more we take a risk and then we bet on ourselves, the more that risk pays off. Not always, sometimes we're going to fail, and that's part of life, but we learn from that. And you know what? Especially between that decade, between 20 and 30 years old, I really encourage everyone and anyone that watches this video to really try everything you want. Just to really experiment with your skill, with your mindset. Just really try different things. Take different jobs, different projects, go to different countries. Just really explore what you like and what you don't like, who you are. You're going to learn so much about yourself from those experiences. So it's all worth it. Don't think about your building a great resume or whatever. So this is really old-fashioned. You just need to do what you want to do. Explore, take chances, and really do as much as you want. Because when you're 30 and you start having a family, you start wanting to have kids, you won't be able to do those things anymore. So that decade is so precious and really sets the foundation of what you're gonna build going forward. Because once you know yourself and what you can do, and you have expanded that belief system about what you can do and what you can do, then you can do so much more. Your horizons open. You see different people from different cultures. You take chances on yourself. You take different jobs, and you see, you get to know yourself so much deeper. So we definitely encourage all of you to try, explore, take chances, travel, just do everything you want to do. And don't think about it twice. And if you fail, so what? You've got all the time in the world, but you always also learn from your failures. And that's something we underestimate very often. We think that we all want to win, but you learn a lot more from your failures than from your wins. So it's okay at the start of your journey to fail a little bit. It really builds your character. Trust me, I've failed a lot and I know how that is. However, that also expands your self-belief, because failure is just a stepping stone closer to what you actually want to create. As another story, I'm going to share another day about entrepreneurship and that risk that I took later on in life. But all of those experiences really expand what you believe is possible for you. So take chances, risk, fail, and take more chances. There's nothing to lose. When you take chances, there's nothing to lose, because there's nothing worse than being 70, 80, 90 years old and thinking, what if? What if I have done that? What if I have taken that route? So eliminate your what ifs, especially in that decade between 20 and 30, because you're allowed to make mistakes then. So it's okay. It's okay. All right, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'm going to be uploading new videos every Wednesday and Friday, all about empowerment, all about believing in ourselves. So subscribe to get notified, and I'll see you again on Friday. Lots of love, and don't forget to love yourself.